Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to start the no item challenge. So I've started the free to play challenge and I really enjoyed doing that series, and obviously we'll be continuing with that, but I thought since we're doing the free to play challenge we might as well do the no item run challenge as well, kind of coinciding with it, so like a couple stages behind, just so we're not seeing like the same stage every week. But yeah, basically this is the no item challenge, the complete inverse of the free to play challenge. So whereas the free to play challenge requires us to use free to play units to try and beat a stage, essentially, without costing players money in inverted commas, the inverse is here. We're using fully summonable characters, we're using the strongest characters I have, and we're just trying to make a team that probably very easily, or in some situations very challengingly, can complete every stage from SBR, ESBR, and the legendary Goku events, no item. So the goal is first to start with the SBR. The next goal will be to do events like Infinite Dragon Ball History, for example. Obviously, being a no item challenge means we're just mainly aiming at finishing the content with no items used at all. I'll decide later on if that includes doing things like category based challenges as well when we get to the legendary Goku event, etc. As you can see, we're doing pretty well. Just kind of a note, when you are doing no item challenges, it's important to factor in three things when building your team. The first being who are your defensive aligned units. So for example, which units are you going to use to soak up damage? Secondly, it's very important when you are taking on a stage that you prioritize damage reduction over everything else. So for example, if a unit being placed in slot 1 would reduce your overall damage far more than it would increase your overall output, then you want to do that. Secondly, you also want to focus in that line, you want to also focus your control. For example, you will often notice that I use Tien and Master Roshi to control either A, the unit that is not going to be defeated by my other units, or B, the unit that is going to be attacking them. This will prevent more damage being taken than should be taken. So basically, essentially, we are going to have to, kind of focus on essentially reduction of damage. And then the third and final point is what healing do you have available on the team, and if you do not have healing, replace that with damage. So ideally with floating units, if you cannot bring healers, units that will kind of regenerate your health or provide overarching utility, then rather bring pure damage and let them just eliminate someone. Especially in the earlier SBR, it is much better to focus on completely eliminating someone rather than anything else. Now, because this is a no item challenge, essentially we are going to be using the strongest units I have and some of the strongest units in the game. We're using the LR Tech Goku and Vegeta Angel, a fantastic unit. We're using the LR Go Frieza after their EZA as well, who are doing huge damage as they do in SBR. We've got, for example, the Tech EZA Vegito, an incredibly strong unit that basically just gets stronger and stronger as time goes on. He also has the ability to raise allies' attack and defense, which is fantastic. Then we have the LR Gobros. I brought them because of this exact situation. They will be able to proc the ability to fire off 2 or 3 super attacks at any given time, and thus they can take out the very low health fodder that exists at the end of a rotation. The only free-to-play unit I brought is the Master Roshi and Tien. The reason that I brought them is purely because of their ability A, to link up with the Go Frieza unit. They also provide support for Go Frieza. They bring ceiling as well, but also they share the link that lowers the enemy's defense, which immediately gives Go Frieza their full passive, which is why they're doing such huge damage. So that is why I brought those two units along, and it makes a pretty solid pairing, as you can see. Go Frieza pretty much decimating absolutely everything in their wake. And then finally I have the Peerless Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, a unit that I think works great in this original SBR stage, just through the fact that he essentially reduces extreme class enemies attack and defense of -20%. And when you are not using items, a 20% reduction occasionally every turn, or every other turn also, in the enemy's power is very handy and will probably help us out quite a bit. So for me, this team build was the one I thought would work very well. There are plenty of team builds, especially for the older tech stages or SBR stages, that you can run to no item. This is the one I went for because I think it works really, really well, and it does kind of have great synergy. Now, something you do need to be aware of is these stages with multiple enemies. Obviously, multiple enemies is a very high risk scenario. The main reason being is there's a chance at multiple super attacks. So you really need to focus in these situations on making the correct decision on where to place your units. I am placing the Alloy Goku and Frieza Angel in the first slot because yes, they will take increased damage from the first 2 attacks, but the chances of them getting supered was relatively minor, and now with their full defense active, they are going to take a lot less damage than any of my other units would. And immediately they're going to cause a lot of damage to Bojack. We get very unlucky in that we don't take him out. So yeah, very much necessary to place them there. As you can see, they did a very good job. Now Tien and Master Roshi, again, we're not focusing on anything but the unit that is attacking them. The reduction in his attack and the ability to seal him prevented us taking any potential super attacks, which is obviously very helpful. The Gobros also could have possibly got a second super attack there, which would have also really helped in eliminating the enemy on the very end, but overall not a bad turn whatsoever. Now we place the Goku and Vegeta Angel unit, and the reason we're doing that is because with the 20% attack reduction and with their 30% defensive reduction, there's a very small chance that they're going to take a lot of damage from super attacks. So if there are multiple super attacks, as you can see, we're only going to take at most 40k, which is a very good reduction and means that we're not really at risk of dying at any given point. Couple that with the fact that Vegeta and Goku will finish off Bojack and possibly cause more damage, means that at the end of the day, we've immediately soaked up 2 super attacks. We do have another person sealed, so there's a very minor chance of any of our other units taking super attacks, especially considering that Vegeta is going to cause a lot of damage and eliminate 2 units as well. So very, very solid. Obviously remember also that Gogeta has the great chance of evading enemy super attacks as well, so leaving him at the back is really not a high risk situation. And now we're left with more than enough health and we can just finish up the stage. Even if we get super attacked here, there is no chance of us dying in any way, shape or form, and so the run is now complete. Obviously this is the very first SBR stage ever, so it is not nearly as hard as it used to be, but I think it'll be good to really run the no item challenge series kind of alongside the free to play challenge series. So yeah, that's the beginning of the series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's something different, obviously, to other stuff I've done. I don't traditionally do no item runs, so I thought it would be good to do them in a challenge based series, very much like the free to play one, so we can kind of see the contrast between a fully free to play team that completes content and how difficult that is, and obviously some of the best units in the game. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed or a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, stay safe, and bye.